Jaya Ram. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Giridhara Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Raja Bhumi Sarvanga भक्त सिद्धांत सरस्वती अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रीदास प्रेम से गो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासुदेव श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूषण वृंदावन धाम की जय पुरुषोत्तम श्री जगन्नाथ धाम की जय गंगा माई की जय रमणमाई की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, तुलसी महाराज की जय, समेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। थाय घोर प्रबंधे all Guru Shasamulya Otis, all Guru Shasamulya Otis, all Guru Shasamulya Otis, all Guru Sri Guru Sri Guru Mahapad की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवयात्। भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा। रीडिंग फ्रॉम श्रीमद् भागवतम Canto 4, Chapter 8, text number 59 and 60. एवं कायेन मनसा वचसा च मनोगताम् परिचर्याणां भगवान् परिचर्यमानो भगवान् भक्ति भक्तिमत् परिचर्यया एवं कायेन मनसा वचसा च मनोगतम् परिचर्यामानो भगवान् भक्तिमत् परिचर्यया एवं कायेन मनसा वचसा च मनोगतम् परिचर्यामानो भगवान् भक्तिमत् परिचर्यया पुंसम् अमायिनं सम्यग् भजतां भाववर्धनः श्रेयो दृष्ट्या अभिमताम् यद्धर्मादिषु देहिनाम् एवं कायेन मनसा वचसा च मनोगतम् परिचर्यमानो भगवान् भक्तिमत् परिचर्यया पुंसम् अमायिनं सम्यग् भजतां भाववर्धनः श्रेयो दृष्टेऽभिमतम् यद्धर्मादिषु देहिनाम् एवं कायेन मनसा वचसा च मनोगताम् परिचर्यमानो भगवान् भक्तिमत् परिचर्यया पुंसम् अमायिनां सम्यग् भजतां भाववर्धनः श्रेयो दिशति अभिमताम् यद्धर्मादिषु देहिनाम्। Translation. ki jai. Anyone who thus engage in devotional service of the Lord seriously and sincerely with his mind, words, and body, who is fixed in the activities of the prescribed devotional methods, is blessed by the Lord according to his desire. If a devotee desires material religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, or liberation from the material world, he is awarded these results. Purport. Devotional service is so potent that one who renders devotional service can receive whatever he likes as a benediction from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The conditioned souls are very much attached to the material world, and thus by performing religious rites they want the material benefits known as dharma and artha. Repeat the translation. Anyone who thus engages in devotional service of the Lord seriously and sincerely with his mind and words and body, and who is fixed in activities of the prescribed devotional methods, is blessed by the Lord according to his desire. If a devotee desires material religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, or liberation from the material world, he is awarded these results. ज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री गुरु तारण परमानंद माधव श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining. So, in these words, it is described how, like now, the potency of devotion service is described here. Like anybody who is performing devotion service, if he desires, he may attain dharma, artha, kama, moksha of this material world. So basically, the four process of self-realization, like karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, and bhakti yoga, these process of self-realization are meant to bring the conditioned soul to the spiritual platform and help us to get out of this material existence. So basically, if somebody wants to attain perfection or somebody wants to go back to Godhead, they have to give up the material sense enjoyment. But it is said that there are two ways of going back to Godhead. One can directly go back to Godhead, leaving this material world, and directly go back to spiritual world. Who has developed sufficient detachment from this material world. And another path is somebody who wants to go to Sargaloka, wanted to see how Brahmaloka looks like, wanted to see how Tapoloka, all those lokas looks like. They take gradual path. They leave the body, they go to Sargaloka, and they enjoy there. And then when they develop renunciation from Sargaloka, then they go to Tapoloka, then they go to Brahmaloka, and they stay there as long as they want. especially who is a devotee actually. And then once they become renounced, once they develop the renunciation from there, they will go back to Godhead from there. So there is direct path, there is gradual path also. So even though direct path is recommended, if you try to direct path, if there are any tinges, if you are aim for direct path, if there are any tinges, Krishna will know what is our internal desire is, and he will fulfill our desires. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, four types of people comes to me. Chaturvidha bhajanti mam jana sukritina arjuna arto jignasur artharti gnani cha varadashava. So somebody, artha means somebody who is in distressed condition, and jignasur means who is actually inquisitive. Artharti means who is seeker of the wealth, and gnani means that the somebody who is enlightened being. So these type of these four kind of people, uh, they are sukruti means they are very pious people. These four kind of pious people comes to Krishna. So even the person who is actually going through difficult times, out of his helpless situation, he comes to Krishna. He is saying he is a pious person. So Dhruva Maharaj comes under the person who comes to Krishna seeker of, for seeking wealth, okay, or Artharti, because he wanted a kingdom greater than that of his grandfather. So, but even though that was his initial desire, but later on, when Lord appeared in front of him, he totally, just by looking at the Lord, just by engaging the Lord's engaging in the devotional service of the Lord, he totally lost all his desire for any material benefit. So, and when the Lord appeared and Lord came and asked, "What do you want?" Then Promara said, "I don't want anything. I came for broken pieces of glass and I attained rare diamond." So, but still, Lord wants to give him, Lord wants to prove to the world by because Lord uses his devotees to convey the message. Even if you see the Pandavas, even if you see the Kunti Maharani, or even if you see the devotees get lot of difficulties in their lives. It is said that there are three categories of people. Somebody who is a non-devotee, and somebody who is a devotee, and somebody who is a pure devotee. Somebody who is a non-devotee, in his life, the difficult situations comes out of due to his karma. If he did bad karma, he'll get bad results, and if he did good karma, he'll get good results. So he enjoys good karma, the results of his good karma, and suffers the results of his bad karma. And the second category means first one is materialist, means they are non-devotees. Second one is devotees. Devotees who actually took to the path of devotion service, who just entered into the path of devotion service, who actually just surrendered to Krishna even at least once, then Krishna will take charge of their life. Okay, and whatever comes into their life is by the will of Krishna. Why do the situations come into the lives of devotees? Is because they have some tinges of anarthas, means some tinges of envy, greed, all those things are there, and Krishna want to purify them. So if you see, we get purified very faster when when difficult situation comes into our life. Krishna says that verse, right? Somebody for whom I am merciful, when I have mercy, when I'm merciful on my devotees, they'll get a lot of material pleasures. But someone like who is actually receiving my ultimate mercy, he will lose everything. He will be blasphemed by his relatives and friends. Means like everybody rejects him. Everybody rejects him, and he will lose his money. And he will means like Prabhupada also quotes this verse, right? When he lost in his business. Okay, so means anything that happens in the life of a devotee is by the will of Krishna. So, and one should consider all these things as for their purification, not that, oh, even after coming into bhakti, Why so many politics? Why so many like blasphemy? All those things. We should take as a purification. Okay, then we'll make advancement. That's what Brahmadev said, right? Tatyenu kamposushamya kshamana punjana evata bhukam vipakam rudva viparbir vidhanamaste jivata yumukti sadev means sadev means somebody who takes the difficult situations in their life as the mercy of Krishna, they are entitled for liberation. Yes, they get purified faster and they become more and more closer to Krishna rather than rejecting Krishna and going away. So this perfectional stage, and finally over the period of time, these mixed devotees, they become purified. They rise above the level of materialistic living, and then they get rid of all the anarthas and they become pure devotees. Okay, and it is said that there are two types of pure devotees. One type of pure devotee is somebody who is completely freed from all the anarthas and is always absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Always by his mind, body, and words, he is always in Krishna, fully Krishna conscious. He is one type of pure devotee. Another type of pure devotee is somebody who actually consciously engages everything, consciously, unconsciously, engages everything, all his time, all his money, all his energy in the service of Krishna. This is another type of pure devotee. So these are two varieties of pure devotee. So the devotees, after getting their anartha, they become refined and finally become the pure devotees. Either of the two categories. So and but there are and they will be engaged in this nine stages of bhakti yoga. What is the 9 stages of bhakti yoga? Like first type of pure devotee, like who is actually fully purified, that person will be on the level of prema and bhava and prema. And second category of pure devotee can be in any of the 8 stages or 7 stages of initial stages of bhakti process. Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivrutti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, all those things. But if he is fully engaged all the time and all the energy that he got in the service of Krishna, then he should be considered as a pure devotee. And they engaged that how does this second category of pure devotee does this? He is fully engaged himself in Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Sparanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakmayam, Atma Nivedanam. He will perform either one or multiple processes or all the processes of devotional service. So by doing so, he easily gets elevated to the stage level of pure devotional service. Okay, so but we may not be able to when we see a person based on the externals, we cannot identify on what level he is, because the spiritual life is continuing from life after life after life. Means whatever the stage one fits the body in the previous life, in the next life they resumes that the process from that stage. Means if they actually performed the stage, they completed like 50% in this lifetime, and they without fully becoming Krishna conscious, they leave the body. In the next lifetime they start from 51st%. But if somebody who actually became 99% Krishna conscious and they are not able to finish it off, and in the next lifetime they just for 1% they take birth and then they perfect their life and they go back to Godhead. So there is no loss or diminution in this process of devotion service. That's why the Bhakti Yoga process is very potent. And through the Bhakti Yoga process, it is so simple that you can be in the society, you can be in the middle of family, friends, and relatives, and job, and nation, everything. You don't have to give up anything. You just have to engage everything in Krishna's service. under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. So such devotees who actually like they they are fortunate, they have done lot of devotion service in their previous life. In the next lifetime, just by one call, they will become fully Krishna conscious. Like I think it's Narsimha, right? When Narsimha was walking on the road, uh, one, uh, one one daughter of a fisherman, she was waking up her father. Papa, Dad, wake up! It's already late. Like it's a very common thing, right? It's already late. Wake up! Like that, she's calling her dad. This Narsimha heard that and immediately got connected to Krishna. Oh, it's already late to get connected to Krishna. So immediately renounces. So that's is Narsimha, right, Prabhuji? No? Who was it? Lala Babu. Sorry, it's Lala Babu. Okay. It's Lala Babu who actually just hears that and he fully renounces and fully becomes a devotee. Means, and if you see some people, they just come to temple, we just tell them come to our program, or they immediately get rendered, they immediately become very serious devotees. Means they are continuing from the previous life. And another kind of people, we invest so much time, energy, or now we try to serve them, help them, but they will not be able to pick up. Why? Because they are still in the beginning stages. Okay. So one such example, like now, I recently was reading, like was like a Mirabai, like when she was 4 years old, like 4 years kid actually. She was actually uh, there was a marriage procession going on, and she was 4 years old kid. She was and in the marriage, she was born in a very royal family. Okay, and there was a marriage procession going on, and she was standing with her mother and at the doorstep and watching the marriage procession. And she saw the bridegroom nicely decorated. And Mirabai asked, Mother, when am I going to get married? You know, like children out of innocence, they ask, right? When she asked, then whom am I going to get married? And mother was, you know, surprised by the question, and they said, you are going to get married to Krishna. She said that one thing, and she showed the deity of Krishna. So he's your husband, you can marry him, like that she said. And she took it so seriously. From that time onward, she is fully absorbed, like, okay, Krishna will come and marry me, like that she was thinking. And when she was 5 years old, like there is one Bhagavat Sapta, and in their home, like their everybody in Rajasthan, they are devotees of Krishna. So there is Bhagavat Sapta happening, and like now after Bhagavatam Katha is over, the speaker asks anybody have any questions, and nobody was asking any questions. And Mirabai asked, oh Guruji, how can I meet Krishna? I wanted to meet Krishna right now. Instead, then she was surprised by the, you know, like uh, the way, the curiosity, the intensity, with which she asked. He was surprised by her what do you call attraction towards Krishna. And she said, okay, please take care of this child. She will be a great person going forward, like that. So after like, you know, as she grew up in her teenage years, she was always, you know, like singing and always being absorbed with the deity of Krishna. And she was always thinking that one day Krishna will come and marry her, and then we'll take like that. But contrary to her plans, like her father and grandfather, who were actually, you know, the royal family, they marry him to some prince. Like his name is Raja Raja Boj. So they marry him to Raja Boj, and then she was sent to her in-laws home. So after going to in-laws home, but still she didn't care, like whatever the situation here, whatever the needful the service to be done, she used to do, and then rest of the time she used to go and sit in the temple and singing, dancing, you know, always closed in meditation. she used to get always in like ecstasy, means like somebody who's very happy, like they cannot looking at the person itself, they can say this person is so happy. And our in-laws and our, like our Raju Bo's sister, she also used to live. Looking at her, why she's so happy? Like generally, when the devotion means, okay, you go in front of Krishna and do little bit worship, and then go and do your job, and then you are separate and Krishna is separate. But for Mirabai, everything is Krishna. She just sometimes come onto the material platform, do the needful, and then go back again. So, and this actually, like no, this aroused some kind of envy feeling in the mother-in-law and sister-in-law. And what they did, they told to they tried to like pose some rules, like why don't you worship Durga? Why don't you worship like some other demigods? Like then Mirabai said, no, I cannot worship. My heart and my life is already dedicated to Krishna. I cannot worship anybody but Krishna. Like that, uh, she 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 told her she told them straightforward. And then after that, there was a very mild, like she was not, like she was very mild, soft spoken and mild mannered. Yes, like she is a devotee, right? Like, but she conveyed that message in a very softly also. Okay, so after that, what happened? Like initially, Raja Bose was the prince, but after her father, they wanted to make him the king, and Mirabai as the queen. So, as a queen, she has to have a lot of knowledge about the kingdom, diplomacy, what to speak, when to speak, the manners, all those things. But she was totally oblivious to other things. She was totally dedicated to her temple, her Krishna, and that's it. She always used to have a tambura, that veena kind of tambura, right? Tambura and chirta, yeah, yeah, whatever it is, that sitar I bolte isko. And then the symbols, and then chimtas, chimta, chimtas. Yeah. So she used to hold them always. Uh, she used to always sing for Krishna, and then she is always in her own world. And when the other princesses and then the in-laws and mother-in-law, they found that this candidate is not good for the queen, they wanted to eliminate her. What they did, they sent like every day she takes garlands to offer to Krishna. So what they did, instead of take garland, they put a very poisonous snake in that basket and sent. And Mirabai, whenever she entered into temple, she offered everything to Krishna. Krishna, I brought garland for you. And then she opened it, and that cobra became a garland, and that she offered to Krishna. And then they later they sent some like they want to get rid of her. So then they sent her the poison, very strong poison in a cup, and she told that this nectar. Yeah, what nectar or charnam. So what she did, she offered it to Krishna, and then she drank. Nothing happened to her. And they said, okay, now let us arrange some, like they arranged some sharp knife kind of things on her bed, so that when she come and she sleep, then immediately she'll get pierced. As soon as she lay down on her bed, all those become like soft roses. So looking at this, they thought she is not ordinary human. We cannot do anything to her. So, but no, they are not very much. They wanted to, like somehow give trouble to her. So, but she was able to realize that they are envying her, And what she did, she always, even though she was a the royal family, she used to go into slums where her guru, Rai Das, her guru was Rai Das in her hometown. She used to go and meet him and take guidance from him. And when even though so many rumors are spreading on her, she used to invite saintly persons into the palace, into her temple, and try to listen from them and take their guidance on how to perform devotion service. And after that, he could realize that none of her family members like what she is doing. So she wrote a letter to Tulsidas. Tulsidas was somewhere in Uttar Pradesh, right? She wrote Tulsidas about explaining about her situation, and Tulsidas wrote back to her saying that, see, if the family is not supporting you, it is better to leave the family. Just the way Prahlad renounced their father Hiranyakashipu, Vibhishan renounced her brother, his brother Ravan, and like that you can also renounce. So after getting this response from Tulsidas, she became totally dedicated to the temple only. She renounced the family, like she extremely renounced, not totally renounced. Uh, and uh, and the glories of Mirabai were spreading everywhere. And at that point of time, Akbar was there as a ruling as the Delhi, right? He heard about Mirabai, so he disguised himself and entered into the kingdom of Gujraj. And then he secretly came, like no, as a common man, and then he took the darshan of Mirabai. And Mirabai was totally lost in her ecstasy. She is not on the external consciousness. She was singing, meditating, and all those things. So he came, he touched her feet, and then took her blessings. And then he was very much impressed by the devotion of Mirabai. So he actually offered a very, very valuable necklace, um, which is made of valuable diamonds. He offered at the feet of Krishna and the altar of Mirabai, and then left from there. So this news later spread that Akbar has came to visit Mirabai. This news has spread in the Raja Bhoj's kingdom, and this enraged Raja Bhoj. How can my enemy come into my kingdom, into my queen, and then I don't know, I was not able to catch him. It enraged him, and he tried to show that anger on Mirabai. Like earlier, one time, like before this episode happened, one time her mother-in-law and sister-in-law told to Raja Bhoj saying that, see, your Mirabai is maintaining another lover in the temple. She always goes there and then meets him. And hearing that, he was enraged. He was very much angry. Like then he said, "Let me kill her." Like that, he was coming in like with force. So suddenly, at that point of time, when he was about to go to Mirabai, one of his relative met him on his way and asked him, "Where are you going?" That I'm going to kill Mirabai. I said, "See, Mirabai is not an ordinary woman. You cannot treat her like that." And he explained about the position of Mirabai. And but anyhow, he went into the where Mirabai is staying and said, "I heard you are maintaining some lover in here." And Mirabai said, "Yeah, I have a lover. See, my Makanchor is sitting there like that." So he could understand her devotion and he left her. But when this Akbar episode happened, he could not tolerate anymore. I wanted to get rid of this. So he told her, no, he told, like, now go and tell to Mirabai, you have to go commit suicide in the jumping in the river. So this message was conveyed to Mirabai. Raja Bhojraj told that no, you have to jump into the river. And okay, she said, okay, no problem. And after she is doing her puja, she started singing and then like, playing on the tambur and chirtas. She was singing and she approached the river. And she was about to jump into the river. One hand with her and pulled back and embraced her. That is directly Krishna himself. Specifically, they use the name Girivaradhari. Okay. He embraced her, and then from that time she understood that Okay, and Krishna tells her, see now your all material responsibilities are over. You are no way connected to this material world. So you give up your family and come to me. So because Rajasthan, right? From Rajasthan, they have to come into Vrindavan, right? So it is a very long way. Mirabai, without even like no wearing any shoe or anything, she walked on the hot sand throughout the Rajasthan deserts and finally came to Vrindavan. She came to Vrindavan. After coming to Vrindavan, she was fully absorbed in her devotional ecstasies and then doing her kirtans and she's meeting saintly people. So she even uh, went to meet Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami at that time was a sannyasi. He was a sannyasi. So being a sannyasi, Jiva Goswami said, no, no, I cannot meet women. Like it is like that he sent Jiva Goswami sent a message to Mirabai. And Mirabai sent the message in response. Uh, I was thinking there is only one man in the Vrindavan. How come there is another man here? Means it means to say we are all Prakriti. All the jivas are Prakriti. Only Krishna is the male. So Jiva Goswami realized her level and then he personally came and met her. So after that, Mirabai was staying in Govindev temple and everyone like were coming to take darshan of Mirabai, and she became very famous saint, and and this news reached to Raja Bhoj, like how Mirabai was the great saint, and everybody because it is the kingdom of Akbar, like Vrindavan. Like Vrindavan comes under the Akbar's kingdom, right? So and she was very famous. Everybody like the glories of Mirabai was spreading everywhere. If you see in the North India, if you ask who is a devotee of Krishna, most of the people, even the ordinary farmers or laborers also, Mirabai is the devotee of Krishna like that. You know. So then Raja Bhoj understood his mistake and he comes and then he begs Mirabai, please come back, come back to Mewar like that. He was begging. So and Mirabai said softly refused. No, see, I can be of no use to you. All my body, my heart, and everything belongs to Krishna. What can be I? What use I can be? I cannot be a queen. I cannot be a wife for you. Like that she said. But Raya was coming and begging her on a regular basis, and finally she went back to Rajasthan. So after that, few days passed, and then finally, one day, Mirabai wanted to visit all the holy places. So Rajabhoj arranged nice pilgrimage. So they went and visited Vrindavan and all the holy places around there. And then they went to Dwaraka. So they went to Dwaraka, and then in Dwaraka, that time was Janmashtami. When they are there, so on the Janmashtami day, nice celebration were happening, and Mirabai was fully into singing, and like she used to sing, and sometimes suddenly she used to get up and dance, and then again start singing. Like that, she was fully absorbed in Krishna's devotion. And it's a very late, and Raja Bhoja comes to her and said, "We have to go." And she expresses, "No, I don't want to go anywhere." So, but Raja Bhoja also sat with her and doing kirtan. So suddenly, sometime what happened? Like suddenly she got up and said, "Oh Krishna, you are calling me, you are calling me," like that. She went into the uh, main temple, like inside temple of the Dwarkadish temple. And after that, doors get closed. And when they open the door, then Krishna was wearing Mirabai's sari, and they could hear Krishna's flute and Mirabai's kirtan. So that that time they understood that Mirabai went back to Krishna. So like that, it is said that like whenever we hear any pastimes of a devotee, any life of a devotee, we get 100 of their devotional uh, what you call power or devotional credit to us. So like if we hear the like even Prabhupada story like Bhagavatam or about the life of devotees, we get some benefit out of 100th benefit of devotion credit that they have to us. So like that, there is no parameter or there is no way of measuring how on what level a person is by looking at externals. Even a child, no? Like Prahlad Maharaj was 5 years old, and he was he actually is from a demoniac family. Hmm? and uh, and earlier we actually came to know about the like Prabhuji told her name Prabhu, that Vital Kanabatra. She was born in a family of prostitute, and she becomes a great devotee. And that and one more I was not able to recall. Like she was grinding like floor for the devotee, Janabai. Janabai, she was only what she doing. Her service is to make floor for the devotees so that they can eat nice what you call bakris. So such a great devotees, they can be of any from any background. She was from Kanapatra was from prostitute family, and Janabai was Janabai, right? Janabai from a labor family, and Mirabai was from royal family. There is no difference. Everybody is whoever is wanted to become absorbed in Krishna consciousness, whoever you want, they can at once attain. There are no what do you call Prabhu was saying, right? The cobbler and then the Brahman story. Anybody can be a great devotee of Krishna, and the process of devotion service is so potent that it can purify a person on any level, right from a small child to a very elderly grown-up person. Okay, that is the greatness of devotional service. And here Dhruva Maharaj is about to start his austerities and just taking without any knowledge how the process works, he is going to attain the perfection within the span of 6 months. That's what I can say. If anybody have any questions or comments, Prabhuji, would you like to add anything? Online, anybody have any questions? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, very nice narration of Mirabai. Thank you, Prabhu. Prabhu, why devotees, they have to go through like a lot of turbulence or tough time? So, and why demons created always a disturbance to devotees? So, is it a Krishna's Leela, or if you can enlighten?
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, sometimes some difficulties come into the life of devotees because Krishna uses his devotees to convey message to the people in general. Like if you see the life of Pandavas, when Lord himself came as Lord Ram, he also went through so many difficulties. He's saying this human form of life, we have to face a lot of difficulties, but still hold up your values of now, hold up your devotion to himself, then we will attain perfection. So, like if difficult situations comes into the life of ordinary people, what they do immediately, they will give up devotion service. Like some job crisis or some family crisis comes, immediately what they do, they give up the devotion that like they can't do, they can't come to classes, they can't do the services, they can't they, uh, they give up japa. But if you see the life of great devotees, they, while going through all the difficulties, they never budged from their path of devotion service. Draupadi Devi, she went through a lot of harassment. And if you see Mirabai, everybody in the entire kingdom, everybody around her are envious of her, blaspheming her. Not, like, see, you can feel when somebody you are not welcomed, you can feel in the the atmosphere, right? So much of negativity. So, but still they kept on performing the devotional service. So, and Krishna uses them to teach us, for ordinary people who are on the who are in the process, to how to be determined, how to be committed, how to be uh, detached from the material things. Irrespective, okay, sometimes somebody comes and glorify us. Sometimes somebody comes and insults us. All we have to do is just be Krishna conscious. Everything will come and go in our life, and we have to be like detached from. We should not identify ourselves with all those things. So only thing that we have to identify ourselves is we are servant of Krishna. Always be committed to the performing devotional service and be connected to Krishna and the devotees. That's what I can think of. I hope I was able to make sense. Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll end it here. And no, if nobody have any questions. Kantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava.